Today I'm going to be doing a day in the life of me, but little video reports telling you what I get up to all day in the Parliament. So it's first thing in the morning and I'm just getting up and I've done my Twitter duty and a few other emails. We're launching a big report today claiming that the US operates like a tax haven, and The Guardian let us down at the last minute over publishing that as an exclusive, so I've been getting around some of my media contacts to see if they might cover that story for us in the UK. This is one of our Strasbourg weeks, so we all think that we should just have one seat and we all campaign for that, but it's a very beautiful city here and also it's a great place for cycling. So I'm going to now head off on this bike that I've borrowed and head off to the Parliament. I've now arrived at the Winston Churchill building, and this building is named after Winston Churchill because he was considered to be one of the founding fathers of the European Union, with his vision of what he called a United States of Europe.
Me lo encontré al inicio y me dijo, no, yo voy a intentar hoy trabajar el tema. A lo mejor podemos hablar con él a ver si bajamos el texto de las medidas.
Latin America. We have this every week in Strasbourg over breakfast. Next week
pero lo hablé con Javi, no sé por qué.
So we're preparing what we're going to say there,
porque dijo presos
talking about why there's always a tax on Venezuela, also whether trade treaties really work for us or work for them, and what we can do about encouraging them not to go so wildly in favour of fracking in Argentina. Right, I'm now in a meeting where these two very helpful guys, David and Seb, are briefing me because I'm standing in for a colleague, and the topic is basically about what happens if banks go bust and who should be paying, and so it's quite technical, but hopefully I'll be able to do better than nothing in that meeting a bit later on. And here's the media area where we do all the TV interviews. So I'm coming to do my interview with Julia Reid about what the EU's done for environmental standards, and so now I need to go and find the journalists from Spotlight Southwest. So we've got the guys here from Southwest TV and they're just setting up now because we're doing something about the environment. We're filming it here with these lovely leaves, and we've had a late change of plans, so Julia Reid isn't now coming, so I'll be debating with the Earl of Dartmouth, and good luck to me. With the referendum in the offing, we're working more closely with some of the other groups than we usually do. So I'm on my way now through this rather strange building that we live in Strasbourg to a meeting with other groups to make sure that we cooperate, that we're all sort of singing from the same hymn sheet and not working across each other while we're campaigning to remain a part of the EU. The bell's ringing now, which means we have to go off and vote. The bell's ringing now, which means we have to go off and vote, but we're all rushing off and hanging around here waiting for a lift. Rushing down to vote. I'm in the plenary now and we're waiting to vote on the key issues, and this is Judith, who's a Green from the Netherlands, and on my other side I have Vincent, who's a socialist from France.
Il a raison.
So, here we are, we're all ready to vote on a whole range of different issues as usual, and here's the list of papers. We've got some stuff on economics. Here's my friend Maria, and you'll see her later because we're having lunch together. So now I'm in the members' restaurant with Maria Hooijboeg, and we're having lunch together, and we're just going to talk about our work on the Agriculture Committee and how we can make that more effective, and we share a view about the benefits of organic agriculture and supporting local food and working against land grabbing. And now we've been joined by Philippe Lambert, who's the chair of our group, and that's just a happy coincidence. He's going to be sitting next to us while we have our lunch. I'm now in the meeting of the food working group, the Greens internal working group, and we're discussing the attempt to get a new licence for the carcinogenic pesticide glyphosate, and we're talking about how to run our campaign effectively. We're also talking about genetically modified crops and soil health, and we have a good reputation for protecting the quality of European food. I'm now waiting for the meeting with the expert from the Financial Stability Board, where we're going to be talking about bank bail-ins when banks are in trouble, It's a bit nerve-wracking because I'm filling in for Sven Giegold, who follows this file for the Greens, but his wife had a baby yesterday, so he's not able to be here, so I have to represent him. But as you saw, I had some expert support this morning, and so I'm going to do my best with that. This is now the meeting of the Eurolab committee that I was preparing for this morning, and we're discussing a visit from parliamentarians from Latin America who will be meeting in Lisbon next week. I'm standing outside the room where the Green Group meets, and whenever we're in Strasbourg we meet here every evening to discuss our political priorities and the positions that we're going to take on the voting subjects as a political group. And I'll quickly show you around inside, but it's obviously not public discussion, so I won't show you too much.
There's lots of details, but I think, as you may remember, in around January there was another resolution on the driving and capacity. It got a huge attention outside this house, so I think it can really help, although I cannot claim to know that the situation would have gotten better.
I'm back at the Hemi Cycle now because I've got some time to make a speech, and it's on some important work we've been doing on tax transparency, making companies report where they earn their profits so they can't shift them overseas and avoid paying tax. So I'll be speaking on that in the chamber in a few minutes, and I'll also film what happens inside there. It's usually pretty quiet at this time of night, and you can see the people from the Commission are sitting there listening to our speeches. This is a debate about Turkey, and then I'll get my chance to speak about the tax reform in a few minutes. So I've got to the end of my day. I've come back to where I started to pick up my bike. It's been a long day, but quite a useful one. I hope it was interesting for you. And if you want to find out more, you can always follow my website, check out my newsletter. Hope this has given you a bit of an idea about what we MEPs get up to.